Support for the Mountain Stage podcast is provided by Diversified Energy, rooted in Appalachia. Diversified Energy is producing natural gas for the future of America. More information at div.energy.
There's a spring in the mountain and it flows down to the town.
From NPR Music and West Virginia Public Broadcasting, with support provided by Bailey Glasser and by the West Virginia Department of Tourism. Welcome to another Mountain Stage with our host, Kathy Mattea.
There's a song in my heart, just a simple little tune, but the rhythm and the melody won't leave me alone. Round the world, it's just a simple song. This world is turning round, a simple song. Thank you. Hello, and welcome once again to Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. I'm Kathy Mattea, and we are not in West Virginia. We are across state lines in the Commonwealth of Virginia on the campus of James Madison University with the help of our affiliate here, WMRA. We're so glad to be invited back, and we're glad to have you listening. We have an impressive array of artists on the show today, including Joy Oladokun, who's making her first appearance on Mountain Stage. One of the most revered singers in all of Irish music, Karan Casey, and her trio are here. We're also happy to welcome back to the show, after far too long, a gentleman who makes his home not far from here. He's a certifiable great of blues music. Phil Wiggins of the Chesapeake Sheiks will be out later this hour. And from Europe, a group with a retro sound that is updated for modern times, the Heavy Heavy, will be out in just a bit. But we're going to start the show with a singer-songwriter who is also a teacher and a speaker. She's just released a new album called Oh, to Be That Free on Yep Rock Records. She's been through a lot in the last few years, including sobriety, pregnancy, a global pandemic, of course, and her mother's brush with death from a hemorrhagic stroke. Her own songs became a source of solace during so much upheaval, and she says they became her companions while navigating so much unexpected change. Please welcome back to the Mountain Stage, Michaela Ann.
Mountains and mesas, canyons and fires, full moonlight, the sunrise, making love under stars. Where you go, I'll go, as the world's burning down. It's your love, I know, as the only way out. Ponderosas and duck firs, blowing harsh in the wind, smoke-filled horizons, threatening our visions. Where you go, I'll go, as the world's burning down. It's your love, I know, as the only way out. Snowfall in September, rain drowning our eyes, holding on to remember these dreams that once were our lives. Where you go, I'll go. As the world's burning down, it's your love I know has the only way out. Where you go, I'll go. Your love is the only way out. Where you go, I'll go. Your love is the only way Where you go, I'll go. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm very happy to be here and very happy to be back. I've been at Mountain Stage one other time in West Virginia in 2019, and it was such an incredible time and a memory I will always hold dear. I got to meet one of my heroes, Shelley Wright, who's become a friend, all thanks to Mountain Stage, and I got to sing some Hank Williams with Larry Gross at the bar afterwards, and drank some whiskey together, and I'll remember that night for the rest of my life. So I'm happy to be back here in Virginia. It feels good to not think of anybody else, not even you. Do what I want when I want. Point of view, finally doing the things that I should do. It feels nice to not have to ask permission when I wanna hide, when I wanna run to someone else. I won't even try, won't even look when he walks by. Well, I'm selfish and unstable, I'm emotional and wild, and I'm hateful, I'm jaded when I'm losing. I never know what the hell I'm doing. I'm only human. I told you this, told you all these things, and you still wanted it. Somehow you act surprised at who you're lying with. Now you blame me 'cause you tried it. Well, I'm selfish and unstable, I'm emotional and wild, and I'm hateful, I'm jaded when I'm losing. I never know what the hell I'm doing. I'm only human. Thank you. Thank you so much. So I'm playing songs off of my new album, which is called Oh to Be That Free. And the title comes from a song called Oh to Be That Free Again. And I wrote the song inspired by a little girl in my life who, she's the daughter of my husband's cousins. And they're farmers. They're young farmers in the great state of Maine, where my husband is from. And I love going to visit. I love the outdoors, and I love farm life, but I'm a little bit squeamish around pigs and roosters and chickens and horses and a lot of the farm animals. So I've always been so taken by their daughter. Her name is Tiger Rose, and she is just the freest little being I've ever met. And a few years ago, she was 3. And I was watching her strip off all her clothes and run naked across the field. And her grandmother was standing next to me and said, "Oh, to be that free again." And I swear time stopped, and Tiger froze like mid-sprint, and the sun shone down on her, and this song just appeared. So this is Oh to Be That Free Again. May we all have a little more Tiger Rose in us.
Barefoot running through the green pastures, smiling at her mom and dad. Sun-kissed skin, no t-shirt, grass stains covering her legs.
Thank you for being such a wonderful audience. I wrote this song a few years ago, and I wrote it thinking about how to love better and how to be a better person to everyone in my life, but how to love people the way that they needed to be loved. And I wrote and recorded the song, and since then, the meaning of the song just continues to deepen and evolve. And it really deepened in meaning the last couple of years. A couple of big life-changing things happened. I became a mother myself. And halfway through my pregnancy, I was 5 months pregnant, and my own mother, who I'm very close to, a week after her 63rd birthday, had a massive stroke. And thankfully, she survived. But that experience of my mom suffering a stroke and going into a coma and being in the hospital for 3 months while I was pregnant, in that particular time in my life when I had always dreamt of and counted on her being there for me, and having that taken away, and also needing to really show up and be there for her. That experience, also watching her show up for herself and fighting like crazy to survive and regain everything, and watching my dad become a full-time caregiver for the woman that he's been with and loved since he was 16 years old. It's all been just a massive lesson in sacrifice and devotion and loving selflessly. About 6 weeks ago, I broke my foot, and it's still broken, which is why I'm wearing sneakers and not some cute high heels right now. But I was walking to get the mail, and I was holding my little 14-month-old baby, and I slipped on a crack. And the first thing I thought was, oh my gosh, I'm going to fall on her and crack her head open. And I contorted my body in such a way that I successfully did not get a scratch on her. But I landed really hard on my knee and twisted my foot, and I broke my foot. And I was lying there in my driveway on my back, holding her, and I was sobbing in excruciating pain. And she's a busy little toddler and doesn't like to, stay still for very long. She likes to hug and run away. But in that moment, she was lying there on top of me, staring at my face and taking in my tears and my pain and just looking at me really intently. And I finally pushed myself up, and she wrapped her little arms around my neck and put her head on my shoulder. And she just sat there and held me for another couple of minutes. And I couldn't believe it, and I kept thinking, oh my gosh, she knows exactly what I need, even if she wants to get up and run away, and she's giving it to me. So I've been thinking about that a lot, and thinking about this song and the lessons that I've thought, life is about growing and moving towards learning this better way to love each other. And I've been thinking ever since that day that we already had it within us. And seeing a little baby, the capacity to love and see each other selflessly is already inside. So it's more about trying to get back there. So that's what I hope this song can remind you of. And thank you so much for being such a loving, listening audience. Thank you.
I've been looking at the stars these nights and wondering if you are too. Those lonesome little lights shining on me and you. Spinning around the sun so fast I can hardly keep my place. Looking down, worrying that I'm coming off the wrong way. It's hard to look at you, not see my own face. How to love for love's own sake, not for my own gain. I wanna see you, I wanna know in the end who you are. down, how to keep your head held high, but keep it out of the clouds. It's hard to look at you, not see my own face. How to love for love's own sake, not for my own gain. I wanna see you, I wanna know in the end who you are, baby, who you are, my friend. I wanna see you, I wanna know in the end who you are, baby, who you are, my friend. I wanna see you, I wanna know in the end who you are, baby, who you are, my friend, who you are, my friend, who you are, my friend. I wanna see you, who you
Thank you all so much. My name is Michaela Ann. Thank you.
Michaela Ann. Wow. Woo. She has a BFA, a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Jazz and Vocal Performance from the New School. She teaches vocal technique and performance, also guitar and piano and songwriting. Her new album is Oh to Be That Free on Yep Rock Records. That was Michaela Ann. It's time to welcome our singer, Julie Adams, to do a song for you. She'll be joined, as always, by our great Mountain Stage band. Ron Soul is the leader of the band on acoustic guitar. Michael Lipton and Ryan Kennedy are our electric guitarists. Bob Thompson is over there at the piano. Steve Hill is playing the bass. And Ahmed Solomon is our drummer. Julie has chosen Solid Air by John Martin. Please welcome Julie Adams.
You've been walking the line, you've been living on solid air. You've been taking your time, you've been moving through solid air. I don't know what's going on inside, I can tell you that it's hard to hide when you're living on solid air. You've been painting it blue, you've been looking through solid air. You've been seeing it through, you've been looking through solid air. I don't know what's going wrong inside, I can tell you don't like what you find when you're moving through solid air. I know you, I love you, been cutting too deep. You've been living on solid air. You've been losing your sleep. You've been losing through solid air. I never know what's going on in your mind, but I know you won't like what you find when you're moving through solid air. I know you, I love you, I will be your friend. I could follow you anywhere, anywhere, even through solid air, even through solid air.
That was Julie Adams with Solid Air by John Martin. You're listening to Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. Remember, if you missed part of Mountain Stage or you want to hear something again, visit the podcast section of mountainstage.org. Each podcast includes songs not heard on the radio and the complete finale song. If you enjoy the show, take a moment to subscribe and leave a review wherever it is that you listen. Our next guests tonight are a 5-piece rock and roll band led by Will Turner and Georgie Fuller. They're based in Brighton, England. Their music is a blend of psychedelia, blues, acid rock, and sunshine pop. They're making modern music with a vintage 60s vibe. Their debut EP came out this summer. It's called Life and Life Only. Look for their first full-length album sometime next year. Please welcome to the Mountain Stage, the Heavy Heavy.
Hills must
you go down river with me? Walking to heaven, don't look back. Lie in the sunset. Won't you lie in the sunset, babe? Back to heaven, don't look back. 'Cause I'm no fool, babe. No, I'm your man. No, I'm no fool, babe. I'm your man. Time flies, babe. I'm still your man. Feel my heart beat under my feet. See your reflection. You see your reflection in me, wading in the water. I got your back. Try to shake a mountain. Won't you try to shake a mountain, babe? Better together, I got your back. 'Cause I'm no fool, babe. I'm your man. I'm not somebody else. I'm your man. Time flies, babe. I'm still your man. Silver North thunder, babe. All in my veins. Shine on my flame until the end. Golden dreams, babe, until the end. Time flies, babe. I'm still your man. Water come crushing down upon my soul. Angel cry, cry out loud.
Thanks for having us, Mountain Stage. Thanks for a beautiful evening.
Dreaming of a place where the sunlight never sleeps. It's a beauty color.
Paradise. Paradise.
Trees don't grow old and the blue sky's on your mind. And it's 40 miles, 40 miles. You don't mind if we stay here for a while, dreaming of summer.
Paradise. Paradise.
Your love is real.
You're my love.
You're my dream. You don't mind if we stay here for a while, dreaming of summer. You don't mind if we stay here for a while, dreaming of summer. Your love is
You're my love.
You're my
heavy, heavy. Yes. Wow. That was great. It was just great. They said they wanted to make their own music influenced by the music that they grew up loving. And they consider themselves artists on the fringe, philosophically and geographically. Will Turner grew up in the English countryside. He says there's this magical hippie aspect to the place where he's from. And Georgie sang at the Montreux Jazz Festival as a teen, acted in the London Theatre, and is classically trained. Their debut EP is called Life and Life Only on ATO Records. Look for their new first LP next year. That was the heavy, heavy. We hope you'll take a look at our website, mountainstage.org. There you'll find links to our podcast, and you can follow us on just about every form of social media. And of course, we invite you to follow us to our next live show. You can find out where we'll be and get your tickets at mountainstage.org. Our next performer on the show is a native of Washington, D.C. He's a traditional blues harmonica player, teacher, and music director with a 40-plus year career playing Piedmont-style blues from the Mid-Atlantic region. And he's taught at the Augusta Heritage Center in West Virginia. He was part of a duo that have visited us here in Mountain Stage, Cephas and Wiggins, for 32 years, until the death of his partner, John Cephas, a guitarist and singer. Together, they have played iconic rooms such as Carnegie Hall, Royal Albert Hall in London, and the Sydney Opera House. Oh, and the White House. These days, he fronts a band he calls the Chesapeake Sheiks. His motto is, grounded in the roots, thriving in the present, reaching towards the future. Please welcome back to the Mountain Stage, Phil Wiggins.
Thank you so much. It's so good to be back here. I'm going to do a song that I made right quick. My partner told me that most of the verses don't need explaining, but I just want to ask you, are you familiar with Ebo Landing? Is anyone? Yeah. Well, Ebo Landing is a place where back during the slave trade, they were bringing a bunch of Africans on a ship off the coast of South Carolina, and they were bringing them up into St. Solomon's Island. They were loading them to bring up Dunbar Creek to the market, and when these Africans saw what they were facing, they decided that they'd rather take their chances jumping overboard. Ouch. They decided that they'd take their chances jumping overboard than to face that fate. So, and they named that place, after that incident, they named that place Ebo Landing, and that's where the title of this song comes from. Well, there wasn't no beacon of hope and freedom, no promise of the American dream. Well, there wasn't even any Ellis Island. What greeted those people made them moan and weep. What greeted those people made them moan and weep. As they rowed that boat into Ebo Landing, saw so many Africans chained and bound. Well, that sight inspired some of my forefathers to jump into the Dunbar Creek and drown. Well, to jump into the Dunbar Creek and drown. Well, now you say you want your country back to make the greatest nation great again. Well, I've heard that there have been some good old days, but I don't know where nor remember when. Well, I don't know where nor remember when. Well, there wasn't no sheriff like the one in Mayberry. Shut down the jail on Thanksgiving Day if they caught you on the road without money and papers. I'm here to tell you, partner, there was hell to pay. Well, I'm here to tell you, partner, there was hell to pay. Well, they'd detain you and they'd fine you and they'd throw you in jail. And when you couldn't pay that money fee, well, they would ship you down to Lee County, Alabama, and make you go to work in the lime quarry. Well, they would make you go to work in the lime quarry. Well, now you say you want your country back to make the greatest nation great again. Well, I've heard that there have been some good old days, but I don't know where nor remember when. Well, I don't know where nor remember when. Well, my uncles got themselves a brand new bicycle from working at Mr. Fortune's store. Well, it was meant to be used to deliver groceries all around Titusville from door to door. Well, they took that bicycle out on a spree. They were having fun as children will. Well, the sheriff caught him and he pistol whipped him and he left him lying bloodied on Dynamite Hill. Well, he left him lying bloody on Dynamite Hill. Well, now you say you want your country back to make the greatest nation great again. Well, I've heard that there have been some good old days, but I don't know where nor remember when. Well, now you say you want your country back to make the greatest nation great again. Well, I've heard that there have been some good old days, but I don't know where nor remember when. Well, I don't know where nor remember when. I said I don't know where nor remember when. Thank you. All right, thank you so much. You know, a lot of times when I'm introing the songs that I made up myself, I say, well, you know, most of what happened in that song is true. But in that particular song, everything that happened is true. So there you go. So I'm going to ask Matt Kelly to join me on a song that is written by, I guess you could call a singer-songwriter. That's one of my favorite that I really love. And some of you have probably heard of him, Mississippi John Hurt. Yeah. So I'm known for doing Piedmont-style blues, which is supposedly comes from the Piedmont region of the United States. Some ethnomusicologist that needed a job made up that category because this is a straight up what they call Piedmont song, but as you can tell, the writer of the song was not from the Piedmont. It's like right there in the name, Mississippi John Hurt. So I'm going to ask Matt to start it out. Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Trials are over, cast my body out in the sea. Save all the undertaker's bills and let the mermaids flirt with me. I do not work for pleasure, earthly peace I'll see no more. The only reason I work at all is drive the wolf from my door. When my earthly trials are over, cast my body out in the sea. Save all the undertaker's bills and let the mermaids flirt with me. My wife controls our happy home, a sweetheart I cannot find. The only thing I could call my own is a word and a weary mind. When my earthly trials are over, cast my body out in the sea. Save all the undertaker's bills and let the mermaids flirt with me. Save all the undertaker's bills, let the mermaids flirt with me. All right, thank you so much. I'm going to ask the rest of the sheiks to jump in here with me. Thank you.
we're going to do another song that made up. So my family grew up in Titusville, Alabama, and you know, a lot of the stories that I heard my uncles telling and my mother were about what a dangerous place that was to grow up. You know, for a kid, you know, it wasn't that safe to, you know, be a child and make the mistakes that children make and get into the trouble that children get into. So my mother and my father moved to Washington, D.C. to try to, you know, have a safer place and, you know, better opportunities and all that. And so in my neighborhood growing up of Washington, D.C., to me it was like a big old southern town because all the folks that were my parents' age were from somewhere in the deep south that, like my parents, had migrated from you know, Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, you know, to Washington. And all the kids were like myself, you know, firstborn Washingtonians. And so I remember growing up and, you know, all those folks, they brought their habits and their food ways and their celebrations. They brought all that with them from the deep south. And so a lot of our celebrations, they would be, you know, they'd start out as a house party, but then they'd wind up being like a block party and all that. And you know what they say, no fools, no fun. And that's what caused me to make this song. We were having a Saturday afternoon barbecue in my backyard. We were bluesing and boozing and pitching horseshoes. Some of them were playing cards. Well, I was just about to double check to see my barbecue ribs were done when I heard a little voice in the back of my head, and it said, no fools, no fun. No fools, no fun. Well, my ribs were just about done. Or when I heard a little voice in the back of my head, and it said, no fools, no fun. Well, Curtis had lost his horseshoes, and he was losing in a game of bid whist. So he started up with the dummies, and he ended up swinging his fist. Oh, when my Uncle Wilson pulled his pistol, you should have seen that joker run. Everybody cheered, and when the smoke cleared, somebody shouted, no fools, no fun. No fools, no fun. You should have seen that joker run. Everybody cheered, and when the smoke cleared, somebody shouted, no fools, no fun. wanted to find out which one of them could drink up all the whiskey in the place. Well, Joseph fell on his backside. Don't you know that John fell on his face? And that old hypocrite Deacon Dunn got mad and declared it was a damn disgrace. But it's nothing but an angry old hypocrite, that son of a Deacon Dunn. Well, somebody needs to pull his coat and tell him, hey man, no fools, no fun. No fools, no fun. That old hypocrite Deacon Dunn. Well, somebody needs to snatch him in his collar and say, hey, no fools, no fun. Well, only a couple of folk got ugly. Only one of them lost some blood. Yolanda threw her knee out, trying to dance the jitterbug. Well, Pete split the seat of his britches out there buck dancing in the sun and singing some crazy made-up song that he called No Fools, No Fun. Come on. No fools, no fun. He was buck dancing in the sun and singing some crazy made-up song that he called No Fools, No Fun. No fools, no fun. Well, I guess there was no harm done. Everybody snatch somebody's wig and holler, no fools, no fun. No fools, no fun.
All right.
Thank you. And that's the way we partied in Northwest Washington, D.C. Now we're going to do one. It was written by the group that we basically stole our name from. This song was written by the Mississippi Sheiks, and I just love it, so we're going to play it. All right. Don't that hearse look lonesome when it's rolling for your door? Well, don't you hear me cry, pretty mama? Don't that hearse look lonesome when it's rolling for your door? Well, it's taking the woman that I love, and she can't come back no more. Well, stop and listen to that church bell. Well, don't you hear me cry, pretty mama? Stop and listen to that church bell tone. Pharaoh, now the poor girl is dead and gone. I went down to the jailhouse, fell down on my knees. Don't you hear me cry, pretty mama? I went down to the church house and I fell down on my knees. Bring me back my good girl, if you please. your condition, darling, but I sure can't take your place. Come on, that's what I told her. So much. All right. So, thank you. So this is the Chesapeake Sheiks. Yeah. Starting with Ian Walters on the piano. Yeah. Marcus Moore on the violin. Steve Wolf on the bass. Matt Kelly on the guitar. And my dear friend, special guest, Hubby Jenkins, formerly of the Carolina Chocolate Drops. Anyway, thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for coming. All right. I guess we have time for one more. I'm going to ask you to rip those chairs out of the floor. All right. Move them out of the way so you can get up and dance to this one.
Wiggins and the Chesapeake Sheiks. Phil is a two-time winner of the prestigious W.C. Handy Award, and in 2017, he received the National Endowment for the Arts' National Heritage Fellowship, which is the United States' highest honor in the folk and traditional arts. That was Phil Wiggins and the Chesapeake Sheiks. God, I love my job. We'd like to say a special hello to you right now if you're listening over KUMD in Duluth, Minnesota, and over WMRA right here in Harrisonburg, Virginia. Thank you so much. We hope you can join us next week when we're back at the Culture Center Theater with Ray Wiley Hubbard, Mary Gaucher, Darden Smith, Cole Cheney, and Francis Luke Accord. This is Kathy Mattea, and you're listening to Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. Mountain Stage is supported in part by this station and by West Virginia Public Broadcasting. Hotel accommodations for Mountain Stage guests are provided by the Charleston Marriott Town Center Hotel, centrally located for the business and pleasure traveler in downtown Charleston's retail district. This is Mountain Stage from NPR. Hello again, and welcome to the second hour of Mountain Stage. I'm Kathy Mattea, and I'm so glad you joined us. We're in Harrisonburg, Virginia today at the Forbes Center for the Performing Arts on the campus of James Madison University with help from our friends at WMRA. Still to come, we'll hear from Joy Oladokun. We're going to start this second hour with a Renaissance woman from Ireland who has been making music for 25 years. She has 11 albums of her own, and she's an in-demand guest on many others. Her collaborators include Mara O'Connell, James Taylor, Bela Fleck, the Boston Pops Orchestra, and our friend here at the show, Tim O'Brien. In 2019, she completed a PhD in music, and in 2022, she premiered a stage show called I Walked Into My Head. Her latest album is called Hieroglyphs That Tell the Tale on Vertical Records. Please welcome back to the Mountain Stage the Karen Casey Trio. Woo!
my love. I know you will appear as the evening shadows fade down in the west, my love. I know you'll take my hand until my lips you press, the kiss I love the best in all the land. And I sing a rebel song for you, all the rebel songs for you. I sing them loud, I sing them proud, sing them long, sing them strong, all night long, my love. I know you must away before the end of day. For your rebel heart you must depart. I'll put all the stars out there for to dress your lovely hair, and the moon will be the host of the air. And I sing a rebel song for you, all the rebel songs for you. I sing them loud, I sing them proud, sing them long and sing them strong, all night long, till all the women are free, just like you and me, my love. And like a pin in your hair, the dark sings softly to the moon.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, we're delighted to be here. That was a song I wrote for the Revolutionary Women of Ireland. Yes? Great. We just had a centenary celebration of one of our rebellions. You probably know a fair bit about Irish history, do ye? Maybe, yeah. Well, we've had loads of rebellions. And I was invited to go and sing in Liberty Hall. I was all excited. It was up in Dublin. I live in Cork. And the president, Michael D. Higgins, and his wife Sabina were going, so it was a big affair. So I invited my two aunts. I said, my two aunts are Auntie Maura and Auntie Una. And I sang my song, and I said, that's dedicated to Una Maura. And there wasn't a peep from the audience. So I rang them afterwards then, after the gig, and I said, where were ye? And they said, oh, we decided to stay at home and watch The Voice. I know. They do love me. They love me dearly. And they have a habit of telling you the truth. You probably all have aunts similar. Auntie Maura said one gig at the break, do you think that the second half will be as long as the first? But anyway, that was for Julia Grennan and Elizabeth O'Farrell, two amazing women from the rebellion in 1916. So, thank you. So I'm joined by two amazing people and musicians, and we've just done 3 weeks in the States, and this is our last gig. Yes. Great. So this is Niamh Dunn on the fiddle and vocals. And Sean O'Graham on the guitars. And it's a song called Sister, I Am Here For You. Yes, badly needed these days, yes.
Sometimes you feel alone in this world. Turn round and can't figure where you are bound. I'll be with you every step of the way. Sister, I travel with you no matter what they say. We're stronger than the rocks in the sea, as wise as the birds in the tree. And if things don't go as planned, we're here to lend a hand. Sister, I am here for you. Sister, I am here for you. Sister, I am here for you. And I'm listening to
hope and love are our lifeline. Freedom can you hear her chime? Truth is at utter time. Truth will rise up to rise. And I am woman, and I bring in the winter time. I wild up the sky, and I whip up the wild winds. Let's take the road less traveled through this stormy weather. Let's rise up and stand together. And sister, I am here for you. Sister, I am here for you. Sister, I am here for you.
Deep down in our bones we know times are gonna change. Deep down in our bones we know times are gonna change. Deep down in our bones we know times are gonna change.
Thank you. Well, it's just fantastic to be back in Mountain Stage, especially with this beautiful piano. So I couldn't, and the people. But I want to sing this. I don't know if many of you know a wonderful man who passed away recently, and it was really important to us in traditional and folk music, particularly in the Irish world. And his name was Mick Maloney. He was an amazing man. Yeah. Thank you, and incredibly generous, and I wanted to dedicate this song to him. It's a very old Irish song. It's probably from the 1850s, and it's, again, from a woman's point of view. I do an awful lot of songs from women's point of view. Yes, up the women. Please. Okay. It's called Shul a Ruin.
I wish I were on that yonder hill. It is there where I would sit and cry my fill until every tear it turned to mill. Is good to Mabum in Salam. I would sell my rack, oh, I would sell my reel, I would sell my holy spinning wheel for to buy my love a sword of steel. Is good to Mabum in Salam. Shul am ruin. Shul sakir agis. Shul kakuin. Shul the Andoris. Agus eliglium. Is good to Mabum in Salam. Allow my love, he has come to France to try his fortune to advance. And if he returns, it is but a chance. Skjitu Mabum in Salam. Shul, shul, Shula ruin, sugar sucking roggy sugar cueing, sugar in the wrist, August sailing love is good day too. My bone ain't so long, and I wish, oh I wish in vain. Wish I had my heart again. Vainly I think that I would not complain. It's good day to my bone ain't so long. But you done Thank you. It's Karan Casey.
Thank you so much. Well, I love jazz. I think it's your greatest gift to the world, America. Yes. And I love the way we can all come together through music. You know, it gives us a different option. When things are difficult, we can all have conversations and build love and trust in the room. So I hope you felt that tonight. Thanks. Okay, thanks a million. We're going to do one more song and then we're officially finished. Yes? Thanks a million again to Niamh Dunn and Sean O'Brien.
Hollis Brown, he lived on the outside of town. Hollis Brown, he lived on the outside of town. Wife and 5 children, and his cabin broken down. Look for work and money, and he walked the ragged mile. Look for work and money, and he walked the ragged mile. His children are so hungry, they don't even know how to smile. Babies cry, they're crazy now, they're tugging at your sleeve. Baby's eyes are crazy now, they're tugging at your sleeve. Walk the floor and Your grass is turning black now, there's no water in your well. Grass is turning black, there's no water in your well. You spent your last lone dollar on your 7 shotgun shell. And way out in the wilderness, cold coyote calls. Way out in the wilderness, cold coyote calls. Your eyes fixed on the shotgun hanging on the wall. Your eyes fixed on the shotgun hanging on the wall. Your brain is bleeding and your legs can't seem to stand. Brain is bleeding and your legs can't seem to stand. Eyes fixed on the shotgun holding in your hand. There's 7 breezes blowing all around the cabin door. 7 breezes blowing all around the cabin door. 7 shots ring out now like the ocean's pounding roar. 7 shots ring out now like the ocean's pounding roar. There's 7 people dead on that South Dakota farm. 7 people dead on that South Dakota farm. Somewhere in the distance there are 7 new people born. Somewhere in the distance there are 7 new people born. Somewhere in the distance there are 7 new people born. Thank you.
Karen Casey and her trio. She's a former member of Solas and has been on Mountain Stage many times, several times with Solas, several times by herself. Also, just as an aside, Mick Maloney has been on Mountain Stage 4 times. In 2018, she founded Fair Play, an organization aimed at equality for female performers in Irish traditional music. And also, as an aside, the Washington Post called her the Irish equivalent of Emmylou Harris. Her latest album is Hieroglyphs That Tell the Tale on Vertical Records. That was the Karen Casey Trio. It's time for our piano player, Bob Thompson, to do a song for you. Tonight he's chosen Little Burgundy Blues, a tune he wrote himself. Please welcome Bob Thompson. That was Bob Thompson. You can find his music at colortones.com. That was an original tune that Bob wrote called Little Burgundy Blues. Bob Thompson. Yeah. You're listening to Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. If you have questions or suggestions for us, our email address is feedback@mountainstage.org. You can also connect with us on Facebook and Twitter and peek behind the scenes on our Instagram. You can find all those links at our website, mountainstage.org. We're going to close the show tonight with a young woman who's having a breakthrough moment. She is the daughter of Nigerian immigrants. Her dad had a big eclectic record collection with Nigerian music, pop music, and country music. During the week, she wasn't allowed to watch TV, but on weekends, she was allowed to watch recordings of concerts and music that her father had collected over the years. She discovered, at 10 years old, Tracy Chapman singing at Nelson Mandela's 70th birthday celebration at Wembley Stadium in London, and it changed everything for her. She said that seeing a black woman with just a guitar playing for a full stadium made her think, that's where I need to be. Her latest album, indeed. Her latest album is called In Defense of My Own Happiness on Republic Verve, and she has a single called Sweet Symphony with Chris Stapleton just out. Please welcome for the first time to the Mountain Stage, Joy Oladokun.
Thanks for coming out. I'm going to sing some songs and then talk a little about my life, although that was a great intro. I don't know that I need to say much more. When the light is gone and you're on your own, you've been trying, but the fight never goes away. And you don't know when the sun will shine again. All you gotta do is look my way. If you got a problem, I got a problem too. If you're standing at the bottom, I'll reach out for you. If you need someone to lean on, baby, I can be strong. I will carry you through. If you got a problem, I got a problem too. Everybody needs something to believe. If you want, you can always put your faith in me. I don't know it all. I know how it feels to fall. With a helping hand, you'll find your feet. If you got a problem, I got a problem too. If you're standing at the bottom, I'll reach out for you. If you need someone to lean on, baby, I can be strong. I will carry you through. If you got a problem, I got a problem too. If you're lonely, if you're down and out, problem. I got a problem too. If you're standing at the bottom, I'll reach out for you. If you need someone to lean on, baby, I can be strong. I will carry you through. If you got a problem, I got a problem too. If you need someone to lean on, baby, I can be strong. I will carry you through. If you got a problem, I'll reach out for you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. As it was hinted, I grew up listening to a lot of music with my dad. It's honestly still my favorite activity. When I go home, we'll just put on a record and hang out. And I write music, honestly, because life can be hard sometimes. And I picked up the guitar at a time where I was a lonely kid growing up in the desert as the daughter of immigrants. And I wanted to, find words to communicate my differences so as to bridge those gaps. And for me, music has always been about hope and healing. I love Bob Marley. I love Bill Withers. That's why I sort of, did the lean on soul thing back there. And, I really believe that music has healing properties. And this next song I wrote because I'm not naturally a very positive person. It's something I've had to work at. Thanks. And I'm lucky to have friends and people that I love that are really naturally optimistic, and I learn from them every single day. And I wrote this song called Look Up about the things that I learned from them, and I hope you enjoy it. If you're looking for the reference for this one, Paul Simon might be the closest, mental. I try to give a little, a little something every time.
Sometimes your life feels like a broken roller coaster, 1,000 useless moving parts. Sometimes you spend your nights too scared of getting closer, hiding out in the backseat of your car. You tell yourself it's raining, the clouds are in your head. You tell yourself it's better to jump before you fall again, before you lose it all again. Look up, do you see the sunlight? Look up, there's flowers in your hair. Hold on, 'cause somebody loves you. You know trouble's always gonna be there. Don't let it bring you to your knees, yeah, look up. Mondays aren't always bright, some days you lose the fight, but life can be beautiful if you let it be. Tomorrow keeps taunting you with all kinds of mystery. It's a blank page for your poetry if you let it be. So don't tell yourself it's raining, the clouds are in your head. You tell yourself it's better to jump before you fall again, before you lose it all again. Look up, do you see the sunlight? Look up, there's flowers in your hair. Hold on, 'cause somebody loves you. You know trouble's always gonna be there. Don't let it bring you to your knees, yeah, look up. feels like a broken roller coaster, 1,000 useless moving parts. Look up, do you see the sunlight? Look up, there's flowers in your hair. Hold on, 'cause somebody loves you. You know trouble's always gonna be there. Don't let it bring you to your knees, yeah, look up. You know trouble's always gonna be there, look up. Don't let it bring you to your knees, yeah, look up. Thank you. Appreciate it. I also was watching a lot of Kermit the Frog doing Rainbow Connection at the time I wrote that. I feel like that's an important reference to make, just in case you were curious. This next song, I grew up in church. My parents are very religious people, two amazing Christian parents, big fan of them. No complaints, really, honestly. We talked it all out. We have great therapists. And I, at one point, was scared to tell them who I was. And it was this terrifying moment in my life where I was like, are the people that I love the most going to be able to accept me in light of this? And I didn't know the answer then, which is when I wrote this song. And it's a song called Sunday that I wrote about the tension that I felt to be one thing and the freedom that I wanted to be the fullness of myself in front of the people that I loved the most. Mama says I'm up to no good again. I couldn't make her proud, though I did my best. I feel like a mess, I feel like I'm stuck in the wrong skin. I feel like I'm sick, but I'm having trouble swallowing my medicine. Sunday, carry me down to the water, wash me clean. I'm still struggling. Sunday, bury me under the weight of who you need me to be. Can't you see I'm struggling? I keep God locked in a picture frame, so I feel a little better about my numbered days. Yeah, I confess, the questions and the answers seem to sound the same. I'm just like the rest, standing tall, pretending not to be afraid. Sunday, carry me down to the water, wash me clean. I'm still struggling. Sunday, bury me under the weight of who you need me to be. Can't you see I'm struggling? Sunday, come around, lift me up again. I'm never too proud for a helping hand. I've been feeling down. Can you heal me now? Sunday, come around, lift me up again. I'm never too proud for a helping hand. I've been feeling down. Can you heal me now? Sunday, carry me down to the water, wash me clean. I'm still struggling. Sunday, bury me under the weight of who you need me to be. Can't you see I'm struggling?
Appreciate it. So yeah, I think I have time for one more. I think that feels right. Oh, the rare 2 more. That's crazy. That never happens. Usually they're like, you were supposed to be done 8 hours ago. All right, 2 more. I grew up in the middle of nowhere, a small desert town called Casa Grande, Arizona. And I love it. Mixed bag for some people, but whatever. And there's this man-made lake there in the middle of the desert for no reason. Truly, it's not the prettiest lake you'll ever see. But no one went to it because it was so ugly, and I'm an introvert, so I would go there all the time. And I used to sit there I was bullied a lot as a kid, is kind of this weird thing. And I would go there after hard days at school, and I would sit and I would watch as my problems would exist and as I existed, and as I wasn't like crushed, by the weight of the heaviness of the days, And I think it was the place where I learned resilience. And yeah, it's a song that I put on my new record, so God knows when you'll hear it again. But I hope you enjoy it now.
There's this place in my hometown, silent, secret, sacred ground, where I used to run away, where I learned to smoke and pray. It felt magic being there in the lonely desert air. Had hard times being a kid, but somehow, even back then, I knew what goes up comes down. And if you stick around, life can change with the weather. Oh, somehow things just get better. Somehow. Do you ever feel inside like nothing you do can go right? Well, I've heard that voice in my head, and sometimes it can't get the best of me. When my demons go unchecked and everything feels like a mess, I find a quiet place in my chest and I breathe in. I know what goes up comes down, and if you stick around, life can change with the weather. Oh, somehow things just get better. I know how bad it can feel. Oh, spinning on a wheel. Life can change with the weather. Oh, somehow things just get better when you're losing your mind, 'cause your friends don't care. And you're out of breath, you've been running uphill, no one carried you there. I know things can get ugly, messed up and unfair, and I know there are brighter days out there. I know what goes up comes down, and if you stick around, life can change with the weather. Oh, somehow things just get better. I know how bad it can feel. Oh, spinning on a wheel. Life can change with the weather. Oh, somehow things just get better. Somehow. Oh, somehow.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now I really have one more for you. I wrote this song the day I decided to come out of the closet, which was a difficult decision for me to make because I had grown up so religious and because I loved my parents so much. And I knew it was going to be just a difference in our walk together. And we're great now. Honestly, the song that I have coming out with Chris Stapleton, I wrote it about them. They've been married for 30 years. And so I wrote a song just celebrating their love because I think they're cute. And this song I wrote, honestly, in the same fashion. I believe that if God exists, that they have to care more about how we treat who we love than who we love, if that makes sense. I think that there are lots of kids who grow up in this world scared to tell people who they are. And, you know, a few days ago, I think, or maybe a few weeks ago now, it was Suicide Prevention Day. And I just couldn't help but think of, like, trans youth in this country at this moment, like, where their future sort of hangs in the balance, and they're afraid if they'll be accepted by society. And I just think people should have the safety to say who they are, even if you disagree with the methodology. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy that there are kids who would rather die than grow up in a world and tell the truth about themselves. And I don't know. I represent the hopefully growing minority of survivors, of people who move past that hump and those thoughts of not being accepted. And this song called Jordan is a song that I love, and I wrote and sent it to my dad and told him the truth. And honestly, he took it great. And I feel really lucky, but it wasn't an easy process. And I wanted to write a song that said, if you can trust that I'm still the same, aside from this one thing that you didn't want to know about me, I think we could have a beautiful life and family. And that's the song Jordan. Thank you so much for listening, by the way. I really appreciate it. They drowned me in the Jordan, but they tried to wash me clean. They got the stains out, but now it's too hard to breathe. Oh, they told me he's a good Lord as they tied the shackles to my feet. They drowned me in the Jordan, and then they walked away from me. I washed up on the shores alone in a tattered wedding gown. Disillusioned and hard-hardened, everything I'd known had let me down. And that is where he found me, grace and whiskey on your breath. He pulled me back on my feet and taught me how to dance again. And now we're building our own promised land. On this new ground we stand. God bless the work of our
and make good on our plans. 'Cause now I found love, there's no turning back, and I don't feel so young now. Gave the best years of my life away. I tried to build an institution instead of trying to keep the faith. But here in the wild, you loved me though I was not lovely or deserving. You kissed the curse from my lips and taught them to rejoice again. And now we're building our own promised land. On this new ground we stand. God bless the work of our hands and make good on our plans. 'Cause now I found love, there's no turning back. No. Now I found love, there's no turning back. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see you next time.
That was Joy Oladokun. My. She's been out on the road opening for My Morning Jacket and still has more dates to do. Her latest album is In Defense of My Own Happiness. That was Joy Oladokun. Oh, Lord. Thank you, Joy. Thank you to Karan Casey. Thanks to Phil Wiggins. Thanks to the Heavy, and thanks to Michaela Ann. And thanks to you out there listening on the radio, because without you, there'd be no Mountain Stage. We never forget that. We hope you'll be back next week when we come to you from our home in Charleston, West Virginia, with Ray Wiley Hubbard, Mary Gaucher, Darden Smith, Cole Cheney, and Francis Luke Accord. Mountain Stage is produced by Larry Gross and Adam Harris. Senior producer is Jeff Shirley. Assistant producers are John Ingram and Mallory Richards. Production manager is Paul Flaherty. We're engineered by Patrick Stevens, Richie Collins, Jim Raines, and Brian Hensley, with production assistance by Michael Lipton, Mary Lee, Lance Schrader, Chris Mead, Greg McGowan, Reuben Shirley, Kelly Lassiter, and Big J. Photographic services by Chris Morris. Promotion is coordinated by Mallory Richards, John Ingram, and Music in Motion Promotions. Special thanks to Mountain Stage members Walter and Sean Williams for their generous support. Lodging is provided by the Marriott Town Center Hotel, centrally located for the business and pleasure traveler in downtown Charleston. Why don't you go out and hear some live music wherever you are just as soon as you can? You've been listening to Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. All right, we're going to do this old Chuck Berry song for you. Here we go. It was a teenage wedding and the old folks wished them well. You could see that Pierre did truly love Mademoiselle. Now the young, mature, and madame from the chapel bell. C'est la vie, say the old folks. It goes to show you never can tell. Mike Lipton. All right, Phil Wiggins, let's hear from you.
bought a souped up jitney, was a cherry red 53. Drove it down to New Orleans to celebrate the anniversary. Whoa, whoa, it was there the Pierre was wedded to the lovely mademoiselle. Oh, say the old folks, goes to show you never can tell.
All right, Marcus Moore. Matt Kelly on guitar. All right, Ian Walters. Ryan Kennedy. All right, let's all sing.
It was a teenage wedding and the old folks wishing well. You could see that the air truly loved Mademoiselle. And all the young children then rung the chapel bell. C'est la vie, said the old folks, goes to show you never can tell. C'est la vie, said the old folks, goes to show you never can tell. C'est la vie, said the old folks, goes to show you never can tell.
Support for Mountain Stage is provided by Bailey and Glasser and by the West Virginia Tourism Office. This is NPR.